Greetings, fellow gamers. Ultramegamighty. And I'm back once again for another base tour. This one was a little more complicated, a little more special to me for quite a few reasons. Well, okay, not quite a few, just one major reason. And, yeah, there we go, coming up on it now. Now, I do have a couple of long piers sticking out. That's not where we're going. I very purposefully made this structure quite tall. And the closer you get, the more obvious it is that it is very, very tall. I made it tall enough that I could sail my ship under it. And that took some doing. That took a lot of... I'm gonna tell you right now, that took a lot of doing, alright? So, as you can see, there is a bonfire at the base of each tower. Helps keep the nightly undead away, apparently. Something that I didn't know until yesterday. Now, I do plan on adding some more flair, some more decorative things down here at the base. Because, it's pretty basic down here. It's pretty basic. I'd like to do more. But as it is, you got two large, functional piers. And just in case you happen to fall in the water, or in case you, jump off the diving board, got a couple of nice little recovery staircases on either side, so you don't drown. That's kind of important. Not drowning is kind of important. So, let's get inside the tower proper, shall we? Don't mind me. It's a rather long way up. Now, near the top, this is going to change from the large circular staircase to these platforms, and that was to make access inside the tower easier. Well, not the tower, the bridge section. Now, fun bit about the construction, the piers that you see outside and the circular staircases were kind of necessary. They're all supporting each other. Building this high required a hell of a lot of support structurally. It was not easy to accomplish. If you just build straight up, it is not terribly easy to get this high off the ground. Could I go higher? Probably. I don't know what the actual build ceiling is, but I'm willing to bet I'm probably not all that far from it. So, we're just going to go through one floor at a time, and we'll have a little fun. So, from this side, which is also where my fast travel is at, you immediately come into storage area. And just like with other bases, I can actually access my flagship from here, which is nice. I built this storage last. I haven't filled it yet. I've got some stuff here. This isn't my main base, so I don't have too much stuff here, but I've got plenty of storage. I've got more storage in the kitchen area down there, just like this. So it's like 6, 9, 12, 18, 21, 42, 51. I got 51 crates That is not a small number. And I may add a few more. I may stretch these out close to the window, add, like, I don't know, 9 more each, which would be, what, 70 crates? That is a ridiculous amount of storage. Now, down here, little side area with my fast travel point and wharf, which means I can access my store, like my wharf is right there, and I can immediately offload multiple ships. I can offload multiple ships from my wharf right here. And of course, I can fast travel just from right here. These things were orange when I placed them. They barely fit. So yeah, this is probably about the limit on height that you can put these things, even if they're touching water, technically. As we move down, got my vendors in a nice little row. Now, my wife handled this part. She decorated this whole section, and I think she did a fantastic job. Because about the only thing I had in here when she took over, I had the lighting, I had the vendors, and I had some storage, and that was it. She did everything else. I think she did a fantastic job. Nice dining area, nice kitchen area. And of course, cooking right there, the storage for the food. Got a millstone. The alchemy table looks right at home in the kitchen area. Now, this stuff looks a lot of place. The disassembler and the enchanting tables, they don't look like they quite belong down here. But you'll see why in a second. Go up. Can you get out of the doorway, please? Thank you. Now, instead of putting the kilns and smelters on the beach like I'd originally envisioned, I actually widened the bridge a little bit, and instead of widening it here on the inside, I simply left it open to the sky and created a platform for these in here. Now, would that be feasible in real life, putting something that gets that hot right there on a wooden bridge? Probably not. But in this situation, I think it works. And of course, it keeps everything, right here. I've got my millstone right here. I got my tanning racks right there. Have everything kind of crammed. Because, workbench, armor, weapons. Huh. I've never seen him mess with the bellows before. Tool crafting, spinning wheels. And as we've been keen to do, even though it's not required, we've given them beds. So everybody has their own little sleeping arrangement. We got an end table. I'm gonna give them more stuff in the future. Right now, all they've got is a bed and an end table and a light, and that's it. I want to give them more stuff, just because. And then, of course, the big room, my room, obviously has more stuff. Gotta have a clock. Gotta hide in the closet. I've gotten to where, when it comes to bases, I like having a clock next to a window with the bed, because I can visually see what time it is, both on the clock and outside. It's kind of nice. That way, when I rest and fast forward time, I can tell. I know what time it is. So just some good decorations. I got my money chest right there. fairly simple layout, really. And then upstairs we have, this is the top. So we got a nice open seating area where you can just relax and enjoy the view, which, if it's not an incredibly clear day, your view is fairly limited, and it's mostly ocean. There's a Blackbeard ship. Obviously, the view of the island itself is a little nicer. Being this high up is amazing. The view is just nothing short of fantastic. And she really went ham with... I actually stuck the ship right up here because I didn't know where the hell else to put it. It's right there. And of course, you know, the diving board. Because it's one of those, like, if you're this high up, you know somebody's going to think it. Even though it's an incredibly stupid thing to do from this height. Like, realistically, diving from this height would probably be fatal. But I really like the way this build came out. And believe it or not, it actually started there. I had started at that little peninsula. It barely counts as a peninsula, but I started there, and I was going straight across to that beach over there, and it was too far. It was entirely too far. I couldn't get the support structure to work right without killing the ability to sail under it. My wife suggested moving it here because these points were closer than these. And believe me, I was far enough along that tearing it down physically hurt. But seeing what it's become, I am really glad that she made the suggestion. Now, oh, I didn't even see that she did that. She added timber beam railing. I did not see that she did that. That's neat. So, why not? Woo! I mean, why show the diving board and then not dive, right? So here's the thing. On a slightly more somber note, the bases that I build, I don't really think too much about naming them. I did here. This place has a name. And it's going to sound really stupid at first, but there's a reason for it. I'm calling this place Chickeneck Towers. And, you know, obviously, the knee-jerk reaction to that is like, oh, whatever the fuck, you know, okay, hear me out for a second. For those of you unaware, Chickeneck was a fellow streamer that introduced me to Windrose. I had never heard of this game before. I didn't know what this game was about. I had absolutely no clue. I'd never heard the name before. And I forget how the conversation got going, but he encouraged me because I'd mentioned, I think one of us mentioned something about Sea of Thieves. And Either that or I'd mentioned wanting to play something new with the wife. I don't remember. But he introduced me to this game, and he was very enthusiastic about it, and he encouraged me to try it, and I did. And this style of game with its gameplay is not really my wife's, or at least I didn't expect it to be her cup of tea. I wasn't expecting her to take to it as well as she did. I wasn't expecting her to enjoy it as much as she does. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I do. I've got like 600 hours sunk into this one already. She's got nearly as much. And we have had a great time. And very recently, he died. Now, granted, we weren't close. Not really. But this was kind of a thank you. I wanted to do something just big and over the top. I'd already started the construction before I thought of it. You know, before I thought of adding his name to it. But I consider the construction of this particular place a just over the top, ridiculous build, standing as a thank you for somebody that introduced something like this to me and for allowing me to have an experience like that. I owe this entire experience to him. And I figured that, you know, giving him a permanent, just a permanent spot in my game, something that is like basically, I think he would be proud of this. I honestly do. Something that just goes so far over the top. I mean, there's probably crazier builds, but to have something where the whole point is to have a base that you can sail under. Like, that was the premise from the get-go. The whole point was to be able to sail under it. I didn't want it for any other reason than to sail under it. And I don't like how close that hauler is. I don't like how close that hauler is to my house. So we're going to fix that real quick. Because I don't like how close he is. And no, there's not really a whole lot of room to turn around once you get in there if you have a ship this big. It's basically, if you go in, you're backing out, most likely. But the point is, you can still sail under it. And it's a fully functional base. It is a fully equipped, fully functional base. Everything is here. And this was probably my most stressful build. You know, getting it to work. And yeah, that's some insane shit. And you can see this thing for a long way. It is so tall, you can see it for a pretty significant distance. Oh. Whoop. I don't like you. You know what? I'm not worried about boarding him right now. I'm not worried about it. Alright. I need to... Yeah, screw you. Yeah, I kind of forgot to offload. I forgot to offload earlier. That's kind of my bad. And I guess, since someone... There was a comment on my last tour before about showing some combat. That's not the kind of combat that I'd really want to show off. So I know I don't want to leave off on a somber note. I really don't. I don't want to, and you know what little I knew of him, I don't think Chickeneck would want me to either. So I'm going to use a little bit of video to give the commenter what they wanted. We're going to go pick a fight. Now I'm going to have to find one first, but yeah. Yeah, we're going to go pick a fight. And I'm certainly in the right waters for it. Didn't have to wait long. How big of a pack is that? 5. Perfect. Now I am sailing the Blackbeard version of the frigate, which means it's a lot more frail, which means that my old tactic of punching through enemy formations to hit multiple ships at once is no longer a valid option. It is a bad idea. So I no longer do that unless I absolutely have to. Miss me, bitch. We got a problem. We got a problem. We got a problem. Okay, well, okay, we don't have a problem if they don't get aggroed. Okay, one sunk, one disabled. Oh, hi. I think they got aggro. Son of a bitch. Yep. Yep, they got aggroed. They are absolutely coming for me. Okay. Dropping the grog, because I kinda have to. I got nowhere to turn. Damn it. At least I winged him. Did a lot more than wing him. And he's disabled. Right. Okay. Woo! Thanks for ramming me, asshole. Okay. I have some work cut out for me.
Mend the ship! Enemy ship's gone, Captain!
Yeah, because I'm not gonna bother boarding the non-freighter ships. Huh. Yep. Almost out of room. And I have 3 ships to board. I was not expecting the fighting to take this long, but this just goes to show that these fights can get drug out a lot farther than you think. Come on, boys. All right. Ah. I was killing him, thank you very much. That's what you get for ganging up on one of my guys. I'm gonna come up behind you, I'm gonna stab you in the ass. There's one ship down.
Raise our color! Victory! Blood and silver!
Anybody else? Okay.
Helm's yours, Captain.
Alright. Only 2 to go. And they're level 13, so they won't be quite as bad.
Lead off speed!
I mean, you guys already know how this is going to go, but, you know. That's kind of why I went for the big boy first. amazing what difference 2 levels can make. And as you can see, your buddies, your own crew, kind of gets in your way. In case you're wondering, the sword that I switched to there is the Soul Eater. Very good for massive, massive heals out of nowhere. Two down. Problem. Oh.
Helm's yours, Captain.
All right. Last one. Have a little fun. Just because why the hell not? I like that shit. Just blasted him for no reason. You thought you were gonna hit me. Shot him in the ass. Ah. Oh. Dead people everywhere. Anybody else? We're good? Okay. I kind of like to wait for all my guys. I know it's
Ships under your hand, Captain.
like by the game mechanics, it doesn't matter, but I still like to wait for my guys.
To the iron, lads!
Yeah. You picked that well, okay, I picked the fight with them, but the 15s, I didn't pick a fight with the 15s. They just showed up. Okay. So, there you go. There you go. Lots of fight picking. And yeah. So, I've got several other bases that I've built that I would very much like to show you guys, but this one's running kind of long already, so I think I'm going to leave it here. And yeah, we'll just call it good. We'll just call it good. This has been an excellent run, and yeah, once again, Chickeneck, thank you for introducing me to this game. This is definitely an experience. I am never going to regret this. I will always remember this, and I deeply appreciate it. But that's all for now. See you next game.